Earlier this week, we asked a difficult question. If the earth belongs to everyone, how can private property be just? More than 200 years ago, Thomas Paine tried to answer that question, and his answer is almost completely forgotten today. To understand Paine's answer, we have to start with John Locke. Locke believed something radical. Your life belongs to you. From that idea, he built a theory of property. Not property as land, not property as wealth, but property as labor. When you mix your labor with something in nature, Locke argued, it becomes yours, not because government allows it, but because your life already belongs to you. Property begins with self-ownership, and that idea shaped the modern world. But Locke left something unresolved. If the earth originally belonged to everyone, how can the first people who claim land exclude everyone else forever? Once land becomes private, every generation born afterward enters a world where the earth is already divided. Some inherit land, others inherit nothing. And that tension didn't disappear with time. We still see it today. When homes sit empty, while families search for housing, when land becomes an investment rather than a place to live, when wealth comes not from labor, but from ownership alone. This is the problem Thomas Paine decided to confront. Paine agreed with Locke about labor. He believed human effort creates wealth. He believed private property could produce prosperity. But he made a distinction most people miss. He said there are two kinds of property. First, natural property. The earth itself, land, forests, rivers, the natural world. Second, improved property. What human labor creates. Homes, fields, tools, industry. Those belong to individuals because they come from human effort. But once land becomes private, something disappears. Future generations lose their natural inheritance. They are born into a world where the earth has already been claimed. Some inherit property, others inherit nothing. Paine didn't call that theft, but he did say it created an obligation, because private ownership of land exists only because the commons disappeared. Paine's solution was surprisingly simple. He did not propose abolishing property. He did not propose redistributing land. Instead, he proposed compensation, a small tax on inherited land, collected into a public fund. From that fund, every citizen would receive a payment when they reached adulthood, and the elderly would receive support in old age. Not charity, not welfare, compensation for the natural inheritance that private property replaced. Today, Paine is remembered for revolution, for independence, for common sense, but agrarian justice rarely enters modern debates about property, because it refuses to fit neatly into modern political categories. It isn't socialism. It isn't libertarianism. It isn't modern conservatism. It comes from something older, the language of natural rights. Paine believed property was legitimate, but only if it remained anchored to the natural rights of everyone else. Because rights don't disappear when markets appear. The Constitution doesn't grant rights. It recognizes them.